Good morning, everybody. It's Christa Madrid. I am in the home of Diane Taylor, and she is hosting us today on Cafe con Christa. Diane, hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
And as we kind of discussed a little bit earlier, just want to kind of give you the three questions that I run down. First one is, who are you? Who is Diane Taylor? The second one is, what kind of obstacles, or what's the most, the obstacle that stands out the most that you had to overcome to get where you are today? And the third question that I'm going to ask you is, and there will be little ones in between to kind of build off of what you're telling me, but the third one is, what does the world look like through the eyes of Diane? How does Diane see the world? First and foremost, I'd like to remind you, our audience, that Diane is one of my Wonder Women. I loved her from the moment I met her. And every time we talk, every time we're together, even if it's just for a few minutes, it's always so fun. Thanks for being one of my Wonder Women.
You're so
Thank you.
sweet.
I'm for real. So tell the world, Diane, who is Diane Taylor?
A loudmouth, opinionated, a little bit too blunt, but very, I guess, empathetic. I am
This is why you're my people.
a caregiver. I like to take care of people.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty good at it, and
You're reliable.
I'd like to think that I'm very reliable. I'm very honest. I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important to me, to follow through.
I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb mode. I was just thinking about that, so sorry.
No worries. I should probably do that tomorrow.
And so one of the things that you've done that kind of illustrates a lot of what you've said is, when I met you through your husband, Jason, who's a realtor. Obviously, this has nothing to do with real estate, but you were hosting or coordinating or running, I don't know how you want to say all that, events for your daughter who was in color guard, right?
Right, yeah.
So, gosh, so much responsibility. Like, I barely even wanted to participate when I was, when my daughter was in color guard, when she was back in high school. It's demanding. Being a color guard parent or a sports parent is a demanding thing. And then not only were you participating, you're running these events. God bless you.
Well, I was a Girl Scout throughout my whole school career. I actually graduated through the program, earned all the awards, and in that I learned a lot about volunteering and leading and being able to run things. Once you get to a certain age, they have you take care of the younger troops, and you just learn those skills. When I became the band president, the band was going through a lot, and we lost a ton of parents, and ended up being a lot more on my shoulders than I expected. So I did put in probably 40 to 60 hours a week volunteering to keep the programs going and take care of the kids with competitions every week. And
did you guys hear that? Volunteering.
Actually, I paid to do it.
Did you get paid to do this?
No, I paid.
No, you paid to do it. It cost you, it didn't cost them.
Yeah, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, well, that's how volunteer works. Yeah. Volunteer work works. So that's just so, like, that's so selfless of you. You know, you just gave yourself entirely. And at one point it was for the benefit of helping your daughter, but before you know it, it's for the benefit of the whole troop or the whole team. Now you're the team mom, you're the guard mom, and you're the parent mom too, because the parents that did volunteer probably didn't volunteer to the level that you did.
Definitely not. Yeah, I don't think many people did.
So you became a mom in a few different roles of being color guard mom. What else did you do besides, because that's what I know you for, What else did you do? Because you have boys that came long before Cora. So what did you do with the boys?
Well, they were all in the marching band, so it was
Mhm.
all the same program. We were in it for about 7 years.
Holy smokes, almost a decade.
Yeah, and I volunteered with them before high school. I volunteered with elementary school. I was the room mom, and sometimes it was a little tough because you have multiple kids. So when one was in kindergarten, I'd have them in the morning class, and I could do their room party and then go to the second kids class in the other part of the day and do their room party and drag my little daycare kids along with me. And yeah. So I volunteered in the school since my oldest, who's 25 now, started in preschool.
Wow.
So this is my last year volunteering in schools because Cora graduated.
So what's next for you?
Building the business, my baking business, and helping Jason build his business, and pretty much just getting my house exactly the way I want it.
And then when you do, you'll be ready to sell it.
Right. I don't know, man. I've wanted this house for a long time, and I got my perfect island.
You do. This is an amazing island. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You don't need a table in here. It's amazing. There's room for everybody.
There is. It's great. We love it. Play games around it.
Sure.
Buffet style dinners
and still be able to sit around and
yes.
eat. Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, it comes in real handy with the business when I'm making 85 sugar cookie sandwiches and that kind of stuff.
So, obstacles, hurdles in your life. I'm sure some of them came with your volunteer work, but I'm going to let you tell me what kind of hurdles or big hurdle have you had to overcome to get where you are today?
One, it would be myself, because I've made so many stupid mistakes and bad decisions that just cost us money and time. And so that would be one of the bigger ones. But
you're not alone there.
But I would say probably my mom's addiction has been a huge hurdle in my life. And we still have, a lot of hurdles to jump through and take care of. But that has really kind of shaped me in the last, I'd say 5 or 6 years, to be much more strong and try to keep boundaries and learn when to really not let people take advantage and things of that nature. And it's just been one of the harder things.
One of the harder things about having to build boundaries is if you are a giver, it's hard to build them anyway. It's necessary though. But if you haven't built boundaries or enforced them in the past, it's even harder now because that guilt eats at us. And, let me know how I can be supportive in that role. I sincerely mean it. If you need to call me and vent, I don't know your mom, I'll keep my mouth quiet.
Well, she was an amazing mom my whole life. She took very good care of me. Even through all of her addictions, she made sure I was safe, healthy, fed, taken care of.
So she put love first.
Absolutely. And it was just a thing in our lives that every once in a while would really cause some big issues, and then we'd get past it and move on. But yeah, so she's an amazing mom, and we have a great relationship. It's just there's times that I have to really be strong because I am a giver, and I was told an enabler. So
well, I think we all are enablers, and it's because we care so much, and people learn how to use that to their advantage. And again, the guilt eats at us when we cut it off. Whether it's you're not participating anymore or you're setting healthy boundaries, and all of these actions are to protect yourself.
Right.
And not that the walls go up. It's like, whoa, time out, stop sign.
Right. Well, I didn't like who I was. I was very angry, and I was, volunteering all these hours plus dealing with that. And I realized at that point, I don't get depressed. I get mad.
Right.
And so it comes out really hateful and ugly sometimes. And I don't, that's one of my biggest pet peeves about myself, is that I can come across really mean, and I don't, because that's not normally who I am. I try to be as nice as possible. So.
Well, I don't think you're mean. I even if I saw it, I would know better, because I I feel like I know who you are.
Well, thanks.
So what does the world look like through your eyes? What does Diane, how do you see the world? And when you talk to me about how you see the world, tell me also what that world is to you.
I see a lot of good. I try to see a lot of things in a positive light.
Mm-hmm.
I have such an eclectic group of friends that
You do.
I do.
You do.
And I love to hear everybody's opinions and see the world through other people's eyes. I tend to try to keep mine a little more quiet because I am pretty opinionated sometimes. So.
Or are you just trying to keep it down because you're trying to see what's going on?
Well, because I want to make sure that I like to see things from other angles just to make sure that I am seeing it in the right way.
So it's like a self-check.
Right. Like if I'm wrong, then I don't want to have said something and then been wrong and feel like an idiot. So I try to not say much unless I know for sure facts or, I don't post a lot of stuff on Facebook because I, don't want to offend anybody, or I have friends on so many different extremes.
Oh yeah.
And, sometimes they can't see past your views to still be your friend, and I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you're really hurting people, I can be your friend. So,
right.
But I love differences, and it makes me sad that other people don't. And I love to know things from other people's perspectives. If I have a problem, I want to hear several different solutions so that I can pick the best little bits out of each one to make the best solution for me.
Right.
So I do like to pay attention, and
you're an observer.
I am. Yeah. I like to see what people are doing and how they think and understand why they think the way they do.
I would say, I'm learning how to observe. I don't feel like I'm fully there yet. Sometimes it takes my husband to reel me back in. I feel like he threw a fishing line out and caught some monster, and he's like, whoa, come back in here. And what's funny is neither of us fish, but he's like, you need to see it from this side, or hey, have you considered this, or have you considered that? And I'm like,
yeah, I don't want to.
I don't want to right now.
Yeah.
No, but I get it. And me, I don't have the ability to. Well, maybe I'm learning still, but that's where David comes in really handy. He's like, whoa, time out.
Yeah.
Stop it. And it sounds like you already have this internal dialogue, and also it's like a QA, an internal Q&A. It's like, whoa, Diane.
Right. Well, because when there's an issue, I think any issue can be worked out if both parties are willing to compromise. And I'm always willing to work out an issue with someone. Mm-hmm. So if it's not able to be worked out, I have to do a lot of soul searching to see what a part of me made that so complicated. And so that's one of the things, because I never want somebody to walk away feeling like we didn't fix whatever issues or resolve, because anything can be resolved if you want to.
I completely agree. It can be resolved, and sometimes it just takes looking in the mirror sometimes. And it sounds like you have that very well intact, something you learned either at a young age or somewhere along the way.
Yeah, well, I make a lot of mistakes, so I have to do a lot of that checking. So.
Well, I went through this period in my life where when I would look in the mirror, I would really say, I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't recognize that person I'm looking at. And I didn't like that because I didn't like that person I was looking at.
Yeah.
And reflection sometimes is, I feel like it can be harder because the truth always hurts in some way or another, especially when there's a critical eye. And usually the critical eye is because there's a course correction needed, whether it's an external critical eye or that internal critical eye. But either way, I feel like that's the course correction. I feel like that's somehow God talking to me in those little bit of ways. And I truly admire you that you have that already, again, it took mistakes, but who hasn't made mistakes? And we're going to make a lot more, sister.
Yeah, definitely.
Look out, world.
Yeah, I can guarantee that.
But you rise up and you grow and you become more beautiful. Sometimes those those scrapes and those scars, whether they're emotional or metaphorical, those are very necessary, because it's the kind of pain that you experience through those, whether it's a pain of learning how to become humble, a pain of learning how to zip it, a pain of learning how to be a little more caring, or seeing things from a whole other view. You know, I'm looking out the window, I'm seeing these beautiful trees, I'm seeing somebody walking on your trail, but from out there looking in, it looks completely different, if they can see in at all.
Right.
And, you know, the whole point of perspective is to see the world differently, and to see, if you can see it differently, you can participate differently,
right,
and contribute differently. And I see you doing that already, and I'm like, she's really awesome. I remember telling Jason, I love your wife. I love your wife. She's really awesome. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect. You know, all we knew is Diane's a stay-at-home mom. Nobody knew you're working 60 hours a week. Nobody knew that you have a side hustle with your baking going on. And those brownies, by the way, if you haven't ordered brownies from Diane, you need to, and you need to sit down with a large warm cup of milk, because those suckers are so good and so rich.
I do get a lot of compliments on the brownies.
Yeah, the brownies, the cheesecake. Oh my God. But yeah, there's a lot of love that goes into those too. You know, you can really tell in somebody's cooking and baking if they were in a good mood, if they wanted to do it or not. If the love went into it, pride went into it, you can totally tell that.
Yeah.
And I totally appreciate
that's definitely the way I show my love.
So what's next? Tell us about building your business a little bit.
You know, I'm doing it kind of slowly, because I did have, you know, my youngest just graduated, and I've been kind of busy with volunteering and stuff. And so now I'm really ready to start diving into it and making it a little more expansive. It's funny, the real estate business has helped me so much. I do a lot of pop buys for realtors, or closing baskets, or things of that nature. So, and I really enjoy doing that kind of stuff. Somebody calls me and says, okay, I have this budget and this theme, and get all that together. And
nice.
So it's just working on it, making it a little more concrete of a business, and making sure I can actually, you know, succeed with it and grow it a little bit. I don't want to be huge.
Right. You want to be manageable.
I want to be manageable by myself. I want to be able to stay home to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a big store or anything like that. So,
are you looking to cater? Are you looking to turn this into a catering opportunity too?
I'm definitely open to catering. I have done some catering. I've catered like 3 or 4 weddings in the past. So I do have some experience. Plus with feeding the 50 to 60 band kids and stuff, I've got a little bit of experience.
Yep.
So, I like to do the catering. I like to do, I like that it's different all the time. I work in a bakery. I'm actually temp working there just to help them out right now. And it's kind of monotonous. It's the same stuff every day.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the different variety that I get to do.
Well, you like to think outside the box, you know. You're not a cookie cutter yourself. No. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're definitely unique and creative. And I think trying to put you into one particular category where you're doing the same thing day in, day out, you're going to be like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. You're going to walk out. Forget this.
I'm definitely not good at that kind of stuff. So I do like my variety and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
So when Cora leaves, when she figures out where she's going to school and all that good stuff, and when she leaves, are you guys going to be empty nesters at this point?
Well, right now I have a foster child.
Tell me about that. I wanted to ask you.
A friend of Cora's from high school, and she's 18, but she is a ward of the state until she's 21. So she could be with me up until that point, or she can take care of herself. So she's got a lot of problems and addiction also. So when Cora leaves, I think she'll still be here for a little while. There's
Okay.
no rush in her going anywhere.
Right.
And I just want to make sure that she's happy, healthy, and independent and able to take care of herself before she leaves.
Right. Hit the ground running when
yeah.
you open the door.
Yeah, she was homeless for a few months, and so she had a really rough time during that period, and just trying to show her what a normal household looks like.
Those moments will define her.
Yeah.
And they can define her in a super positive way. I think one of the things to do, and I have no doubt that you'll tap into this or that you already have, is showing them how to not feel shame in something that they had gone through, like the homelessness, and actually use that as a superpower.
Right.
You know, she could do wonderful things, become great, unstoppable in very positive ways. And, you know, she can eventually share her message with other young ladies who are going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
And
she's so
give them
charismatic.
strength and
so.
courage and wisdom. And she is actually speaking from experience. And for kids who haven't gone down that path but are thinking about it, or who may be facing that path soon, whether it's by choice or not, she can be a wealth of resource for them. Holy smokes, she's a superhero in the making. She's another Wonder Woman in the making. I already can see that.
I'm very excited about her future because she's brilliant. She's got a great personality, very charismatic. So I just, you know, that's what I tell her. You've got nothing but the future ahead, and all of this junk in the past doesn't have to weigh you down.
Mm-mm.
You can let it go and just be everything you want to be.
So I have another question for you, and I know it wasn't on the scripted questions that I told you about, but what do you do when you need that moment to yourself, whether it's a quiet moment, that pump up moment? What do those moments look like for you?
I'm a TV junkie.
Are you a TV junkie?
I am a TV junkie. I love trash TV. It's terrible. I know. I do love trash TV, and so I just watch junk.
Really?
Yeah.
And it just calms you down or pumps you up?
Yeah, both. You know, I just forget all the drama and look at other people's drama. And
maybe that's your form of meditation.
Maybe.
You know, a million experts out there will say, you get that girl off that trash TV now. Take that TV out of her house. But you know what? We all have our way.
Yeah.
And that's really awesome, because you just said that it makes you forget what's going on in your world.
Yeah. Well, you know, and you watch them and you're like, man, at least I'm not that crazy. Making that big of a mistake.
My life is great.
Right. Perspective is everything.
Yes, it is. It is. Oh, Diane, I love you to pieces, man. I'm telling you.
I love you too.
Well, do you have anything else to share with our audience today?
I don't think so.
Well, guys, we're going to let you go. Diane and I are going to have a couple more laps, but thanks for joining us on this episode of Café con Christa. I hope you enjoyed Diane as much as I did. She's just an amazing woman, and if you would like to connect with Diane to know more about anything, foster care, baking, addiction, anything like that, Diane's always willing to share. Just reach out to me and I will hook you up with her.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.